Second city, but first in every team. Champion town, got trophies and them rings. Bulls on tap, we coming for everything. Yeah. Tap sports, we coming for everything.
Yo, it's apparent nobody talking better than Melissa and Derek. They hate to compare it. Us and women's laced in the marriage, forever we cherish. Got opinions on the Bulls, who better to share it? I know you wish you can be cool as we foolishly and never be number one against our legends 2 and 3. Don't act like y'all don't know who you hear, who you see. Bulls on tap sports. Y'all know who we be, for real, word.
What's up, Bulls Nation? Welcome into another episode of the Bulls on Tap podcast, presented to you by On Tap Sports Network. I'm your host, Derek, and as you see, we have back with us my co-host, Miss Melissa. Missy, what's going on?
What's good, everybody? Happy to be back. Hope you all been well.
Well, the Bulls have been well with what they wanted to accomplish because we're officially in the play-in tournament for the 3rd straight season. Shout out Daniel Berry in the comments. Sammy, give Melissa her original Twitter account back, you cowards. Definitely double that. Chris says, what's good, gang? Man, we're in the play-in. Chris, something to be excited about, right? Bulls
if it's one thing we're going to do, we're going to be in the play.
We're currently still in the 10th seed with a chance to finish with the 9th seed, which would mean a home playing game. Which I'm sure
at the very least.
Chicago is excited about postseason hoops at the United Center. Missy, you gonna go to the playing game?
You know what? I'm gonna say no, but I'd be lying if I didn't end up at the game somehow last minute on some like impulse type of energy. But yeah, I don't know. I might end up there, but it's not really my intention. But you never know. Maybe we can even do like a last minute watch party too. Me and I have been talking about it like for months, but our schedules are just clashing. So maybe we could do a watch party instead. Maybe you can fly in for it.
I don't think that's gonna happen since I'm flying in there tomorrow for Benny's birthday game.
I mean, the way you fly in for stuff, like I said, you're probably at the United Center more than most people that live in Chicago. So I wouldn't put it past you if you ended up flying in for a watch party even.
Sammy says, hey, at least the guys are young. Tough that Ayo and Trey Jones are done for the season. And yeah, I think that just like broke right before we came on the air that Trey Jones is more than likely not returning this season.
Yeah, it's tough. He was balling out like way more than expected to, too. So it's a sad day. Sad to hear that. Hopefully he recovers, makes a quick recovery and a full recovery. And obviously same with Ayo. But yeah, injuries are never fun. It feels like the league as a whole is plagued with injuries way more than in the past. A lot of people are just getting shut down for the season. So yeah, sad stuff.
Yeah, a lot of people are getting shut down for tanking. But the thing that sucks about Trey Jones is he was balling out, and who knows, we might have seen the last man in a Bulls uniform since he's a free agent, and we already have 14 guaranteed contracts for next season. We got to pay Giddey, so
yeah,
it might be the end of his run here.
Hopefully he showed enough in that short stint, though, that hopefully he showed the league that he can poop, so he gets a nice little contract. But I didn't really have too much stock in any of our newly acquired players, that they were going to stay. That wasn't what the intention was to begin with. They just couldn't get rid of anybody, but they all played higher than expected to, at higher levels than expected to. So I don't know.
So you don't own any Red Velvet stock, Melissa?
Not yet. I'm not the biggest fan of that nickname, but it's cool. We'll ride with it for now. Do you like the nickname?
No,
Yeah.
I don't.
I don't really like it either, but I was trying to think of anything better than Red Velvet, and I couldn't come up with anything. So I can't hate on it too much because I'm just hating. Like, no solution. I can't think of one though. So I guess Red Velvet it is for now. We call him a cupcake.
Right. That's exactly why I don't like it. It sounds like he's soft, like.
Yeah.
But Stacy's been calling him Red Baron, but that just makes me think of pizza. So
Yeah. I don't really like that one either. No, neither of them are hitting. But he does have a little bit of attitude to him though. So he can't be a cupcake, can't be soft. I saw a little bit of that attitude come out against his former team. So that was against the Kings. That was
cool. he was talking shit after that game. Like,
yeah,
it was the revenge game.
Yep. I like that. He grew on me a little bit more after that game. Like, okay, a little attitude. I like that. Okay, Red Velvet.
Chris says, yeah, I ain't calling him a cupcake.
No, Chris, I won't be there. No, I can't go because I already said it.
You'll be there. So, the Bulls Nation has been having this civil war pretty much this whole season with tankers and anti-tankers, and it kind of got even worse yesterday when Michael Pina released an article on The Ringer, and a lot of people were upset, especially on the fact that he said that it's likely that Coby White and Josh Giddey will never sniff an All-Star game.
Yeah, that was mad disrespectful because it's not possible that they won't either, but the way that it's worded it's like super disrespectful. I didn't like that. It has like I don't like the tone to that. But like, yeah, that's crazy. With the way they've been hooping, like, nah, I can see it possible. I can also see it not being possible. But at the same time, it's just it is just no respect the way it was said. I didn't like the verbiage he used. But we've talked about it at length, like the way that we've seen Coby grow in these last few years, the way that he's grown his game. I mean, again, like the handle is a shot. Like Coby didn't have any of that a couple seasons ago. Like, and now with Giddey in this half season, whatever it may be, whether it is still like just not a big enough sample size, whether he's hooping to prove his to get the contract that he's looking for, whatever it is, but we see he can do it. We see he's improved. So you don't really know. I wouldn't count either of them out just because they work hard.
Yeah, it was the fact that he said he used the word sniff.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they won't ever sniff an All-Star game, that was the disrespectful part. Like, if he said there's chances that neither will make, I'm like, oh, okay, cool, because there are chances neither make an All-Star team with all the guards that are in the East, where you have Jalen Brunson and Halliburton, Dame Lillard, Trae Young. Like, there's a lot of talented guards in the East that may make it over Coby or Giddey, unless they're playing how they've played them last month of March, and the Bulls are winning games. Like, to start off before the All-Star break, like if they're 5th, 6th, 7th seed, there's a chance they could get in. But if they're like 9th, 10th seed again, then they probably would get passed over because with people being selected for the All-Star game, it's based kind of on your team's record. LaMelo Ball was like the number one vote getter for fans, and he didn't make the team because Hornets are trash. So it's not out of the realm a possibility that they won't make an All-Star team. It's not out of the realm of possibility that they will. It's just saying they will never sniff an All-Star game is just wild.
What I want for the two of them, which I think that they both have, like they both have that attitude of like, all I can see is DeMar DeRozan with like the, I'll prove you wrong. I took that personal. I remember when those articles came out about him being like the worst worst pickup, and then he ended up just snapping. But like, that's all I can see. That's all I can hope for is that this, if anything, they either brush it off or it's just more motivation, more fuel to the fire for them to just continue to ascend. And I could kind of see that working in their favor, to be honest, because we've seen them do that already. The both of them, they both have been highly criticized in different ways to different extents, and they've both ascended beyond expectations. So I think it'll be, if anything, a good thing, because I feel like they'll be proving people wrong, him especially. But yeah, that's mad disrespectful. Did not like that at all.
Yeah, I agree, especially with Coby, because everything people say Coby cannot do, he's gone out and done. So yeah, I think they'll use that as a motivation too. Your boy Z gives his recommendation for a Kreppen Herder nickname, the Ginger Assassin.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Hey,
I would prefer to call him Ginger Assassin more so than like a cupcake, like Red Velvet. So
yeah, I'm down with Ginger Assassin. Another thing in that article where people are like losing their shit because he kind of doubled down later on in the article and said, "Yeah, there's chances that nobody on this roster will make an all-star team," and everybody's like, we have Modest Buzelis." I think he has the highest chance of anybody on this team of making an all-star game in the future.
yeah,
It's like it was way too early to discount Modest, and yeah, it was just disrespectful. Period. Is saying that it was basically calling this team like talentless, pretty much.
I feel the same way with Matas too. Like, you know, what he was talking to Billy about, like how he just wants to be the best player. Like, and he's young. He's so young. His first year in the league. Yeah, he played in the G League, but like, you are crazy to say that about. If it's gonna be about anybody, like I agree about Modest. Like, you're gonna have to eat your words on that one.
He says, "Modest, our Lithuanian Lord and Savior."
He influenced this lyrical lemonade shirt I had to wear today. That's actually, I wore it because of Mata. So glad that got brought up. I get to explain the tea.
Modest is, of course, in the lyrical lemonade. I guess it's a promo ad with Will Smith. Not exactly sure what they were promoting in that, but hey, it's Modest and Will Smith, so
I think I saw them say that he had never seen an episode of Fresh Prince, which is wild to me. Like, he knows him from Bad Boys, but he'd never seen a single episode of Fresh Prince, and kind of hurt my heart a little bit. But also, like, he's a baby. It also made me feel really old. So there's that. That's like my comfort show. What? You never seen one episode? One episode, not even one. We got to put you on. But yeah.
he might have seen the episode of the reboot, but like you said, he's 20. He
Exactly.
probably hasn't seen the original.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. I mean, that just speaks to, like, you know, he's a 20-year-old and he's really only played half a season of actual NBA minutes. So to go as far as saying there's nobody on this roster that will
Mm-hmm.
likely make an all-star appearance is just wild, because Modest has already showed that he has like all of the tools that he could eventually develop into a star.
Yep.
And I know that's the hope of Bulls Nation, and a lot of these articles from, you know, Bulls content creators, media people, they're there's pessimism on whether Coby and Giddey can continue their play and paying them and them leading the team, and they kind of all then say, unless Modest is the superstar that the Bulls need, then you're good. So it's a lot of faith in Modest, but then there's also a lot of expectations you're placing on a 20-year-old player in his
Mhm.
rookie season, because I'm
Yeah.
sure he sees this to where people are kind of anointing him as possibly being the Bulls' savior.
Hmm. I hate to like keep bringing up Pat Williams because we had really high expectations for Pat too. Not as high, I don't think, as people are placing on Matas, but a similar situation, like dubbing him that nickname, and he by far has not even lived up to like a quarter of what the expectations were, just because of the draft, how high he was drafted too. But him being so young and him having like a decent rookie season, I think like, yeah, it's tough to put expectations on these players. He is so young, and he definitely is aware of what's being said of him online. He's very much an online online person, very online person. So, but the difference with him is, again, like the attitude. Like he's got that attitude. He knows he wants to be great. He wants to be the greatest. He's in the gym, and like he's humble about being benched, but also uses it to his advantage. Like we had mentioned with Pat, this is not like it's not comparing the two players as their skill level, but like mentality is more so. Like with Pat, like he would get benched and come off the bench and he seems demoted, and like his attitude just isn't there. But like with Matas, he comes off the bench, but as he said in the interview, like he learns from his mistakes when he gets benched and he comes back in better. And that was supposed to be how Pat was with his mentality, but we just haven't seen that. So yeah, it's just the mentality is completely different. So I can definitely see a much higher ceiling for Matas, who's to really say, it's his rookie season and he's a baby still. But if he's been like this trajectory that he's been on in such a short time, and he hasn't really been getting real minutes up until recently, who knows? Sky's the limit. But if he works hard and he gets in the gym with the right people, he gets a little weight on him. I mean, he's already got the attitude. He's already got a skill set. I've even seen some people kind of compare him to like KD. Like I know those are really big comparisons, but his style of play, I've already seen comparisons like that, and I can kind of see it.
Yeah. For the record, I never had high expectations for Patrick Williams. I thought he would be better than what he is because damn, but never really had expectations for Pat. Modest, Coby should bring him with him to train with dribble too much during the off season, because he has nice handles for his size, but there's a lot of times that he does like lose the ball when he's dribbling a bit too much. So, if he tightens up his handles and is able to then learn how to create space for his own shot, good luck stopping him. The confidence is there. Defensive skills is there. If he gets the ball in the open lane, he's going to dunk, and if you're in his way, he's going to dunk on you. So it's just small improvements that he needs to add to his game and a little bit of weight, and there is that chance that he does develop into that star that we need. And if you got Coby and Giddey as like that around him, then it does work. If not,
Yeah.
need those draft picks.
Mm-hmm.
I know a lot of people are kind of like downplaying the needs for draft picks. They're like, oh, we're relying on a 19-year-old in high school that's maybe comes into this team. Are they going to be good? Possible. It's happened before. Either way, even if Modest does become that star, don't stop acquiring talent. I mean, players get hurt. Players get traded. Like it's a ever revolving door on a NBA team. So don't say, "Oh, we got our guys, we're good."
Mm-hmm.
No, we still have to get better until this team is back competing for championships and hanging more banners up in the UC.
We got to get those 6 back up there first.
Oh man, that's crazy.
But yeah, I think it's possible too. Like with the way they've been hooping, do you think it's more possible to like attract a star than it was before? Since the Bulls have been getting all this attention, especially like nationally too. I know most players pay attention to what's going on in the league and don't just rely on what's happening in the media. But do you think with this recent stretch of games, do you think that makes us more of a possibility for stars to come to a star, even if we go that route somehow?
No. Because it's but a month. And of course, people say it's March. Teams are looking towards playoffs. Teams already know they're out and they're tanking. So if we see like a full season of this, yes. But just off of 1 month right now, the answer is nah. But yeah, if they keep balling like this into next season, and the Bucks are still a disappointment, I would not be surprised if Giannis came knocking.
How do you feel about that? Would you be happy with him coming here?
I do
Like
not like.
level of thirsty for a star. Like what's the level?
I do not like Giannis's game. I just don't. But if he can put us back in that tire of competing, I have no problem with it. You would still have to keep Coby and Giddey and Modest. I don't know what trade works if you're giving up picks and maybe you can get off Pat and maybe Lonzo. I would hope Ayo doesn't have to be included in that, but if he does, you got to kind of take it because Giannis is like a top 15 player in the NBA. Maybe higher than that. I don't know.
I am a Giannis hater for personal reasons. I think he's dirty. I just don't really like him. But would he be great for the Bulls? Yeah, probably. I could kind of see his game meshing with the current core. But yeah, I'm not really fond of him, and yeah, it's just for personal reasons. He's a dirty player.
Yeah,
but we had other players that were dirty that I like. Hello, we had Dennis Rodman like back in the day. But
yeah,
it doesn't hit the same.
Daniel says as long as we keep Coby and Modest, I'm good. So he's like even Giddey. He's just like we got Coby, Modest, and Giannis. Yeah, I mean, I'd be down for it. Like you said, he is a dirty player. Will not forget the playoff series between the Bulls and the Bucks, and he just like shoulder tackled the hell out of Mike Dunleavy.
It's because he's slick dirty. That's why I think that's why it like irritates my soul, because he always pretends to have this like wholesome boy image because that's how he comes off to be. Like it's how he portrays himself, but he's low key like a super dirty player. Just like
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, he's had other little instances during the course of his career, but that'll be like the main one the Bulls fans remember.
mm-hmm.
But hey, like I said, if it leads to wins and competing for championships,
yeah,
I'll take it.
And it's different when you have the dirty player on your team, I guess.
Like, hey, somebody's got to do the dirty work, right? Somebody says, love the vibes of the team right now, but I do wonder what Acme would trade to sign for to fit on the team. I said that Lonzo contract is a valuable trade chip because it's basically a 1-year deal for $10 million, and with a team option on the second. So you could treat that as an expiring contract if they didn't want to pay him that second year and bring him back. That helps. You can. Patrick Williams is. I would say that to fans, we would be like, "There's no way you're taking Patrick Williams in a trade." But to these GMs, you can sell the fans on, "Hey, he's a former lottery pick, 4th overall. Maybe he just needs a change of scenery," and maybe they'll take Pat. They more than likely would ask for Io as well, probably.
Yeah. I just hope none of them actually watch film. Like, as long as none of those GMs actually watch film and still want to take him. Because please take him. But no, honestly, I'm not hating on Pat, but yeah, he definitely needs a change of scenery. And I've said that before too. I don't think he's a bad player. I don't think anybody in the NBA is a bad player. I know a lot of people just be calling players trash. Like, I don't care who you are. Even if you're riding the bench, like, there are no players in the NBA that are trash. I hate when people say trash. Like, no, they still made the league. As much as we clown on certain players, like, on our team, like Denzel, but like, you can't call anybody trash. Like, you made the league. But yeah, with Patrick, he definitely just needs a change of scenery. I feel like he will do better anywhere else in any other environment, but he also, I mean, you can almost do anything and be better than how you were playing with the Bulls. So, yeah, somebody take it, please. That's why I think a lot of us are uptight about, like, we're uptight, and I think it's starting to loosen up, but like, we're uptight and uncomfortable about, like, the Giddey situation because of Pat. Again, Pat's contract. I feel like a lot of, yeah, that one messed us up.
DJ Yanni, what's going on?
Yo,
Daniel says, okay,
home.
How about rubbish? So, I don't think anybody in the NBA is like a trash basketball player, but there are some trash NBA level players. Pat is one. Carly Jones was one. Denzel Valentine was one.
Well, Carly had his moments. He was definitely better in the G League.
He had no moments in the league.
Yeah.
G League, yeah. South Sudan Olympic team, sure.
Yeah.
As a Bull, no.
As like on the NBA level, at the NBA level.
That's what I'm talking about. There are trash players at the NBA level.
Okay. I still can't use trash. We'll say, like, I still can't use trash though. But
Daniel says
definitely below standard.
Trash.
Y'all are a tough crowd, man.
Somebody say yes, please. Change Patrick's scenery.
Oh, Patrick. We all wanted so well for you, man. I did. I didn't give up. I didn't fully give up on him until like halfway through last season. I don't think I still had like a little bit of hope left, but okay, well, he'll be much better off the bench, and he was doing better off the bench, but then he just kind of disappeared again. But don't place expectations on people, folks.
If their name is Patrick Williams.
Oh my God.
Steven, what's good, man?
Yo.
I mean, yeah, like I have expectations from artists. Patrick, no.
Yeah.
Even Dalen Terry has been I think he jumped Pat into rotation pretty much as well. So
Yeah.
kind of tells you everything you need to know.
Like I always say, it's like it's definitely an attitude and work ethic thing. Like I said that about Dalen last season too. Yeah, he was all over the place. His skills were like not refined at all, just kind of lost. But the energy and effort is there, and his will to like get better. So I'll take a player like that over somebody who's just like athletically inclined and talented and gifted off rip. Like if you have the work ethic and the attitude to do better, like I would take that kind of person over somebody who's just naturally gifted at any point in time. So I'm not really too surprised about Dalen's play lately with getting more minutes and being placed, given more responsibilities. It's been nice to see. So I'm happy about that. But
Yeah, same. Daniel says Patrick would be a lot better on another team's bench than.
dang. It's not ours.
So I'm sorry, Pat, but you catching these strays for how you playing this season, but it's been 5 years in the league, and yeah. Bulls have a game tomorrow against the Portland Trailblazers. It's also Benny the Bulls' birthday game, which is a rodeo showdown. If you looked at Benny's Instagram, he's in like a all white cowboy outfit with a white fur coat on. So it should be some shenanigans tomorrow at the UC.
You will be in attendance celebrating
Okay.
Benny's birthday. You forgot to tell the people.
I'll be there.
Are you going to wear a Benny hat?
I don't know. I don't.
I know
don't
you
know
got some Benny swag. You have to.
I do not know because I have not packed, and it's supposed to rain, so that's kind of limited in the options.
I hear you.
But yeah, Bulls have 6 more games to play, which are Blazers. You pull up the schedule. Blazers, the Hornets, the Cavs, Cleveland, Miami, Washington, and Philly. They are, I think, half a game behind or a full game behind Miami. Might be half because we have the tiebreaker. So as long as we finish with the same record as the Heat, there will be a playing game hosted at the United Center. So you got to stay tuned and lock into these last few Bulls games to see if we're going to host that playing game and get ready to cop them tickets, Melissa, to go to the UC.
Stop. You should be one to talk. It's going to be you at the United Center, if anybody, out of everybody.
I think the day that we play, I think it's the 17th, is when it'll be the first game played between the Bulls and the Heat. Or who knows where it's going to be, Chicago or Miami. But if they win that game, they'll have to play another game. I think it's the very next day, which is the 18th. And I will be here for the Jordan Brand Classic. So
that's right.
So yeah, that if anybody's going to be there, Melissa's going to be you.
That's fair. Just because you threw that in there, that's right. I forgot you were going to that. You're right, Daniel.
Nothing like playing Bulls basketball.
It's what we do.
3 seasons running.
It is what we do. Playing basketball.
They can't have playing basketball without the Bulls.
I missed the league before play-ins.
Oh yeah, when there was just 8 seeds and you were at least trying for the 8th seed. Now just no, you can get 30, 33 wins and have a chance to.
You know, the last time we had the play-in was or no. When didn't we play against the Lakers for a play-in? Am I tripping? I am.
Yeah.
Why would they be in the play-in? Scratch that. I think we did, didn't we?
I think all 3 years we have faced either the Heat and the Hawks. I think it's been all 3 years it's the Heat and the Hawks. Raptors might have been 1 year too in there somewhere, but it's like we would beat the Hawks and pack our bags to go to Cancun and Miami. So might get the Heat off the bat this year, so we'll see how that goes.
Maybe I'll try and maybe Mina and I will try and do a watch party for the playing game instead. But yeah, coming for that. Just skip through classic.
Regardless of if it's in Chicago or Miami, there could be a watch party, is what you're saying.
Maybe.
Again, says I'm just hyped for Bulls Fest. Am I coming? Of course, I will be there. Now that's what we live for. we live for Bulls Fest.
Facts.
Hey, let's talk Bulls. Says, hey, I need a watch party.
Yo, Q.
DJ Yanni also says, let's do that watch party. Sounds like you and Mina need to start getting those plans together.
It is time. We are overdue, I guess.
So yeah, keep your eyes peeled on where the Bulls are hosting that game in case you do want to go to the UC, and keep your eyes on if there's going to be a Mina Melissa watch party, regardless of who's hosting that game. And then until the next time, go Bulls.
Go Bulls.
Play in. Any at the watch party is what Daniel says.